Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Sevens. This one, Fiji taking on the Irish. Now, we did see the first match for the Fijians. It was up against the USA. What was a close game, but Fiji managing to get themselves the victory. Second match already taken place. Now, this is actually happening before the likes of South Africa, New Zealand, those type of teams have even played a match. So it tells you how quickly this Hong Kong Sevens is progressing, but the starting lineups will be interesting to see what they go with. 28 points in the differential side of things for the Argentines, having a big win over the Irish, 35 points to 7 in their first game, whereas Fiji won 26 points to 21. I will mention that the website for the Sevens circuit does not have the lineups just currently, so we do have to wait to see who it is by looking at it when it does pop up. But do, of course, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who you think will win this game. One side at this point has one win under their belt. The other side lost quite by a substantial margin. They are ranked 12th at the moment, the Irish, but they are certainly, I feel, a better side than that. The last 5 meetings, we have seen 3 won by the Fijians in Vancouver and Perth, both successful times for the Irish. Now, looking at the starting lineups, Tani Vanua-Kula is going to be there for the Fijians alongside Josefa Talatholo, Busialo, also Satoranga, Nadovalo, Bolsi, and Sanila. Then for the Irish, Mark Roach, Comerford, Mullen, Kelly, Costello, O'Grady, and also Hawkshaw. So we had to read those very quickly because I had a feeling they were about to take them away. They've actually left them up longer than I thought they would, so we didn't really need to rush it. But Tani Vanua-Kula, of course, one guy keep an eye out for. He will be the captain of this Fijian team. We saw the injury of Jeremiah Matana as well in the opening contest, which is a bit of a concern for the Fijians, losing one of their big men. But the show must go on. Of course, this Fijian side, they have got more wins in Hong Kong than any other team in Sevens history. But they have got the smoke machines out by the looks of it as the two sides make their way out of the tunnel. This is a different stadium than which they did play in last year, but this one has got a roof. Doesn't help the humidity though. It is still hot out there on the park. So you might see a little bit of slipperiness when the players are trying to grab the ball. It looks like both teams well and truly fired up for this matchup. The Fijians winning by 5 in their opening contest. The Irish losing by 28. Afternoon, Hamish. Not sure Ireland thought they upset. Says JD. Yeah, if they were to get themselves a win here, it would be literally a massive turnaround from what happened only a couple hours ago up against the Argentines. They did manage to score themselves 1 try, though, in that match, so that is at least something to expand upon. But Niall Comerford, always one to watch out for the Irish, wearing that number 12 jersey. In this match, AJ Jacobs, in his 124th match on the series, he will be the referee. And it's kicking off in 7 seconds now. The Fijians, they will be kicking from left to right. I've said just then, for the first time in the season, it's going to be Fiji versus Ireland. Kicked off short and doesn't travel the 10, although it bounces up outside of 10 metres, which does mean now Ireland do have to play at it. They have got themselves the possession going off to this right-hand side. It does find Niall Comerford. Does keep that ball alive. Taken by Mullen. Comerford plays half, sitting 40 metres out from the line. They're just talking about the absentees from this Irish team. No Terry Kennedy, no Harry McNulty. Those type of players can make drastic differences. Big shot coming in, but it was a little bit too high from George Balsi. So it does lead to the penalty going the way of the Irish. Biggest thing for them will just be keep possession for as long as you can. If Fiji don't have their hands on the ball, they won't score tries. Not the best kick downfield, but just making sure that it goes out for the Irish, who will have themselves the line out around the halfway line. Getting ready for this line out throw. And almost stolen by the Fijians. Off to the right-hand side, finding a bit of a line break here, Roach. Joining up. Try and protect that ball. Ireland, though, They have not allowed Fiji to get much possession, almost going through. Moving up to 22 metres out was O'Grady. Now to the right again. In fact, this time it will be left. Comerford with the wide cutout pass. It's to wait for the bounce of the ball. 2 minutes gone almost in this contest, and another penalty goes the way of the Irish. Mark Roach decides to take it quickly, now shifting off to the right-hand side. Passes one more out wide, and it will be the try for Ireland early on. O'Grady scores it. When his our team plan says Spider Mix. So the first game for New Zealand is up against Australia, and that is during that Super Rugby match taking place between the Brumbies and the Highlanders. So we will give updates in terms of the score there, as well as South Africa versus Uruguay, which will also be happening during that time period. But nice finish from O'Grady, tackled by George Bowsey. Was frustrated, and that one's going to be missed away to the side. So Ireland scoring the first try in this match. I don't think many people would have anticipated that, but Ireland will more than take it here. Be leading up against Fiji after the first 2.5. But once again, it's just down to not allowing the Fijians any possession. Now they have got it though. With Tani Vanuakula. I study in Hong Kong. I'll be going to tomorrow's matches. Can't wait, says Felix. It is going to be absolutely awesome for you at the stadium. It looks like it's a really nice stadium as well, from what I've seen. Back across to the right-hand side here for the Fijians. Well, Ireland on the way to pot of gold, says Drape. The game is far from over. Felipe Satoranga offloads on the inside to Tani Vanuakula. Gives it back to Ireland. It's going to be a 2-on-1, trying to back himself on the outside. Dragged down 10 metres short. Ooh, almost a swinging arm coming from Talatholo there. Comerford going across to this right-hand side. Maybe O'Grady will get himself another chance. Mullen goes back to him. Now offloading round. Hawkshaw. A busy start to this game. Now pick and go from Mullen. Thought about the offload up. Hawkshaw. Again goes back across to Roach. Great phase play. This is going to be another try if the Fijians aren't careful. Costello, 5 metres out from the try line, and a penalty goes the way of the Irish. An Ireland try first. Welcome on Fiji, says Spider Mickey. Ireland playing very well at the moment. We've had 4 minutes of nothing but attack from the men in green. I said it at the start. If you don't let Fiji hold the ball, they won't win games. I think they've touched it once at this point in time throughout 4 minutes. So, perfect tactics. Plus 3 penalties going against Fiji haven't helped their chances of getting hands on the position or hands on the ball. Now about to be fed in. Sanila actually getting pushed by the referee there. Try and put him back on side. Now it's come out the back. Close to the try line. Just out up, and brilliant defence from the Fijians. But how long can it last for? Mullen goes in. And it's 2 tries in a row for the Irish. Ryan Mullen gives a big wave to the stands. Are you going to do a stream for the Highlanders Brumbies game? We certainly are. This game taking place in between those 2 matches. But yeah, in about 30 minutes time we will be live. In fact, it might even be a little bit earlier than that. But we've got plenty more coming for the evening. Is it just me or Fiji dominance gone? We know New Zealand men's teams are kaput, as it's the early stages of a collapsed empire. I mean, they certainly have got a lot of changes in their lineup. We mentioned about it. No Bukayaro, no Rasaku, even you could look as far back as no Jerry Tuai anymore, alongside no Joshua Vakunarabili, but they also don't have Tario Tamani in their lineup. They've got a lot of changes across their side. It's going to take a little bit more time for them to be able to find their rhythm, but I thought that they found it relatively well up against the USA. A few too many handling errors, though, looking like it's coming in early for the Fijians, but now they have got themselves the position. Vuiviwa, Nadovalo goes straight through, and looks like Costello will have a decent chance of being able to catch him, but he doesn't quite get there. Fiji get 1 chance with the ball in hand, and they score a try. So that is the last thing that Ireland want now in the second half, is Fiji to do that multiple times. Fiji will still win. They'll be better at converting. Oh, well, I'm hoping so, says Bruce. And yep, says Drape in there too. Yeah, really nicely done by Vuiviwa Nadovalo. Just just glides through the defensive line. And Costello, really good effort from him to get close, but never lay a finger on him. Nah, Fiji still got it, says Rape. Now, 30 seconds remaining in this first half. And Fiji says Tio Temba, that one's going to go into touch. I believe it was out on the full from Fiji, so that's now 3 kickoffs that have gone wrong. Luckily, only, I believe, one of them has been called as not great. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Fiji have reached the cup final. 9 of the last 11 Hong Kong Sevens dating back to 2012. Now looking to kick this one into touch for the Irish. They are happy enough by leading the second half by 5. And Fiji and New Zealand Sevens are slowly faded. Only New Zealand women still going strong, says Spider-Mick. And I think it's just also down to, like I said, the rotation of the team. You know, there's been many great players for Fiji who are now not there. Like even someone like a Ponipate Loganamasi. We see how well he's been going now that he's gone into the union side. But before then, he was tearing it up for Fiji in the Sevens. Fiji is 100% going to win, says Tio Teba. They have still got 7 minutes left in this one. Well, we'll go like this, and we will go like this as well. There we go. And yeah, the Fiji team always produce great replacements. Now they produce 1 or 2. Says Rape. And yeah, normally it's only when they start switching between them that we start to see those next up-and-coming talented players get that chance. So I do think that Fiji, even if they're a little bit shaky here, like they'll still fire back. If they can make it into the top 8, that is the main thing at the moment. I think the New Zealand women playing, then the men after, I think maybe 19 p.m. here in Sydney, 12 p.m. in New Zealand, says Glenn Woods. Yeah, I know that one of their games that has taken place, like Australia versus New Zealand, for the men's side of things, will be happening during the Super Rugby match. There is a later game between Uruguay and New Zealand, followed by South Africa versus Australia. We are going to be covering that Blitzbox game on the channel, but the halftime break is just about to come to a close. Argentina, after a big win in their first game, they will be playing the USA in 13 or so minutes' time. I mean, 10 p.m., not 19 p.m. I was wondering whether or not maybe you were in 24-hour clocks. I was thinking maybe 7 p.m. is what you were saying. And second half, Fiji will give everything they got, says Tio Teba. Going to be nicely slapped back by the Fijians, although there is a knock on pretty much right off the get-go. A little bit of frustration for Vuiviwa Nadolvalo. Good morning / evening, mate. Welcome in, Fleshin. You are doing extremely well. Go Fiji, go, says Materina. Yeah, they are down by 5 at the moment, but in the comparison of possession, they really just didn't have much throughout that first half. I believe they probably had about 15% if they were lucky, and most of that was actually in the try from Vuiviwa Nadolvalo. Other than that, though, not a huge amount. 90 BM, man, haven't used that time since I left Jupiter. Says Dre, but this is a great game. Let's go the Irish. Says David the Modern, exciting stuff. Hi, Hamish. Says Danielle, welcome in. But now, nice pick and go from Hugo Lennox, who made his way onto the field at half-time. Now, Hawkshaw. A bit of extra pressure coming on from Fiji in the breakdown. But Mullen gets in there, gives it off to Roach. New Zealand men lost our main guy, the Fijian, and Leroy Carter. Yeah, no, I mean, it always hurts when you lose your experienced guys, or at least the guys who are your X-Factor, like Tangi Tau and Leroy Carter have both been doing extremely well in Super Rugby. Same with Fihi Finina Norfo. Like, those are 3 very clinical players. Nice offload from the Irish, keeping this ball alive here. Mark Roach passes across now. Chance for O'Grady. One more on the outside. Costello might have scored that one near the corner. Looks like AJ Jacobs is going to have to check this one. Costello seems, well, he seemed more confident when he scored it, but now not so much. We view Nadolvalo. It's a big dive. Where's the ball? Oh, it's very close. Honestly, you could say try or no try. Both teams would be disappointed. Okay, they're going to award it. as the knee was just in play. I'm sure that some people will feel frustrated with that, but the on-field decision was try, so they needed clear and conclusive evidence that he was in touch. And we have got all good, mate. How's you? And likewise says Spider Meg, but good finish from Costello to be right next to the sideline and still manage to finish it. So Fiji are going to need 2 tries throughout the second half if they want to try and get themselves the win. And that conversion is brilliant from Hugo Lennox right next to the touchline. Now makes the score 19 points to 7. 5 minutes remaining. And it just shows how different Sevens can be. You know, you lose by 28 in your first game, you come back out up against the side which are the most decorated at this location, and you're leading by 12. There's only 5 minutes remaining on the clock as well. Chip kick across field from Hugo Lennox. Costello tried to kick it forward. Looked like there was almost a knock-on on the ground from the Irish, but it has bounced in their favour yet again, which means they will have possession around the halfway line. Mark Roach goes back across to the right-hand side. Comerford. O'Grady, little way off his wing, looked for the offload. Again, it is a loose ball. Bit of a handling error there for Ireland. A lot of pressure being put on. The penalty goes to Ireland for the player not rolling away. I don't think I've seen Fiji win a breakdown penalty in an extremely long time. Maybe they had one right at the start of this game, but majority, like 90%, are going against them at the moment. I hope it's a good one. Sprint and main race. Says Bruce. Now, 12 is about to be subbed off. That is Noel Comerford. So they've decided that he has done his dash. Vakadranu has made his way onto the field. And it looks like Mullen is coming back on. I know McConnell, in fact, will make his way onto the field now. Free saying to make sure that Fiji are back the 10 metres. And Ireland on the prowess to upset the Fiji mage machine. It is intense. Pants wetting stuff, says Drape. That one has gone into touch. Ireland will now have themselves the line-out throw. We are sitting with only 3.5 minutes remaining almost in this contest. There is a limited amount of time for the Fijians to get back into this game. But just because there is limited time remaining doesn't mean it's impossible. We've seen Fiji do it before. Loose ball. Fiji picking it up. Manueli Maisamoa running it straight sideways. Goes on the inside to Georgie Nasova. Now back across to the left-hand side. Going to the left. Here comes a big run forward. Talatholo, what an offload that is, but they've called it forward. It's unlucky for Talatholo. I'd love to see that one again. Behind the back here, we're going to see it. Oh, I don't know if that was forward. Even the Irish commentator there is saying he's seen those be play on. Fiji did it before, but this is the now, says Spider Mech. 17 tackles made by Fiji compared to the 3 of the Irish in this contest. Ref has sandpaper in his pocket, says Drape. Now 2.5 minutes remaining. Fiji here be in a bit of trouble if they aren't able to score within the next minute or so. Early push ball, never put in by Ireland. So it's going to be another free kick going in their favour. They decide to take the quick tap with Hugo Lennox. Now O'Grady. Tackled about 30 metres out from his own line. Manueli Maisamoa is going to have a crack in the breakdown. Sitting only 20 or so metres out from their line, but now the space starting to open up. Mullen tackled 40 out. Oh, brilliant strip there from the Fijians, and the pop pass up through the legs. Very strategic. Mullen was standing there waiting to get taken to ground. So Fiji decided, you know what, if you're just going to stand there, we're going to rip the ball clean off you. Brilliant run forward from Georgie Nasova. Terrible defence from Costello, and Fiji score it between the posts. Costello completely sold the wrong way. And Yamaha fan here, wish they'd get their act together though. Back to the Sevens now. All upset Hamish. says Bruce, but that is brilliantly done by the Fijians, who have now got the conversion, and they will be within 7. This is very similar to what we saw between Fiji and USA. How the team that were behind, in that case it was the US, slowly making their way back into it. Yeah, really strong attack and run from Georgie Nasova. Angamambala says Drape. 1 minute 10 remaining now. Right, clock was off. Now it's going again. This one has to travel the 10 metres, which it does. Great take. Believe that's going to be on the side of Fiji. Yes, it is. Even though the ball popped out the back for the Irish. Penalty does go the way of the Fijians. I meant Rokolisoa. Our main guy missing. New Zealand woman, 19 p.m. New Zealand time. New Zealand men just after. I assume that's 10 p.m. again. I don't know why your 10 likes to correct to 19. But we knew what you meant. Ireland will win this game. Fiji need an expat coach. Like a Fiji coach, no knowledge and expertise, says C. Although they've got 30 seconds to go on to finish this one now. The ball is going to be fed in. I'm back across to the right-hand side. Manueli Maisamoa. Now back to the left. Chance here again. Fiji around the halfway line. Mothinothangi. Wasn't quite sure what pass to go with. Straight through, almost for Nasova. Another offload coming for the Fijians. They know that they need to convert this one if they want to win. But there is a chance that we could go to golden point time here if they can just score. Talatholo gets his offload away. Rush defence from Ireland. Leaving their feet in the breakdown was Hugo Lennox. Probably lucky to not be penalised. Now stepping through. Fiji 22 metres from the line. Georgie Nasova has to place that ball. He does so. It's a loose ball picked up by Fiji again. Now counter ruck. Come in the Irish. Mullins on it. He's got his hand on the ball, but the ref says no, it was on the far side. I don't think he was aware of it. Talatholo. They're sitting 35 out. Talatholo finds another offload. Fiji still trying to find their way through this Fijian attack. Can it get round this Irish defence? Georgie Nasova runs it in. Needs to score it, which he does. And now we wait to find out if the kick is going to go over. If it does, we go... if the kick doesn't go over, we go to golden point. If the kick does go over, Fiji will win this match. It isn't the easiest kick ever, but currently Fiji, they have only missed, I think it's 1 or 2 throughout the competition. I'm just trying to think of how many they missed up against the USA. It might have been 2 that they ended up missing. Now chance here for Ioane Temba to line up the kick to win the Fijians the game. Ireland were oh so close. They've let this one slip, and Temba does get it over. Fiji win the game 21 points to 19. Conversions, they're going to be a trend of this whole competition in terms of those narrow margins that can be the difference. But nonetheless, Fiji win 21 points to 19. They will be in action tomorrow up against Argentina. We will be covering that one on the channel too. And I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Our next live stream will be taking place in 15 minutes time. That will be the Brumbies taking on the Highlanders. And then also after that, we've got South Africa versus Australia that will be happening as well. But nonetheless, do thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for the next one.